Sunlight streamed through the tall palace windows, turning every marble corridor into a river of gold. It was a quiet spring morning, so quiet that it felt unnatural, as if the palace itself was holding its breath. 14-year-old Anna, Princess of Austria, walked slowly across the cold floor. She should have been running through the gardens, laughing with her young ladies, dreaming of the future. But she had grown up inside a world where dreams were a luxury. Her mother had died when she was only 6. Her father, the severe, ambitious ruler of the Holy Roman Empire, saw his daughter not as a child, but as a political tool. Anna had no idea that this peaceful morning was about to destroy the little innocence she had left. The door opened suddenly. Her nursemaid, Elizabeth, stepped inside with worry etched across her face. "Princess, His Majesty wants you in the throne room." Immediately, Anna's heartbeat quickened. Moments later, she stood before her father. The towering throne behind him made her look even smaller, like a fragile bird facing a storm. "Anna," the emperor said, "your marriage has been arranged." The words hit her like a sword. To whom?" she whispered. "Your uncle, King Ferdinand." Anna felt her world collapse. Ferdinand, her father's much older relative, was decades older than she was, a hardened ruler known for control and politics. "Father, I'm not ready," she said, trembling. "Princes and princesses are never ready," he replied coldly. "They serve their empire. That is all." In that moment, Anna realized that her tears, her fear, her dreams, none of them mattered here. The palace exploded with preparations in the following days. Tailors, jewelers, and maids surrounded Anna constantly. But inside, she felt like a candle flickering in a storm. Her friends giggled about her wedding gowns. Courtiers whispered about alliances, treaties, and power. But Anna lay awake every night, sobbing quietly into her pillow. One night, Elizabeth sat beside her. "My sweet Anna," she murmured, brushing her hair gently, "I cannot save you from this marriage, but I will not let you break." Anna clung to her like a child seeking safety in a burning world. She was just a girl, yet she was being forced to enter a life far heavier than her small shoulders were meant to hold. Ferdinand, once a distant figure who rarely visited the Austrian court, now resided in the palace for weeks. Anna trembled every time she saw him. He wore embroidered robes and a crown lined with jewels, but none of it hid the stern, commanding intensity in his eyes. To him, Anna was not a bride. She was a key, a bond, political reward. One evening, he approached her in the corridor. "You will be queen," he said. "Your duty is to strengthen my legacy." Anna lowered her gaze, her throat tightening. When she didn't reply, Ferdinand glanced at the emperor and said, "She understands. The wedding will proceed." Anna felt like she was trapped in a cage with no door. The palace was alive with feasts, music, and celebration. Laughter echoed across the halls. But Anna's room was silent. She sat near the window, staring at the star-filled sky. Each star looked like hope she could not reach. I wish I could choose for once," she whispered. Elizabeth held her trembling hands. "No one can take your soul, Anna. They can bind your life, yes, but your inner light belongs only to you." Anna closed her eyes as a tear rolled down her cheek. Tomorrow she would stop being a girl and become a queen she never wanted to be. The wedding day arrived. Anna was dressed in a heavy white gown, decorated with pearls and gold. A glittering tiara rested on her head. She looked like a princess from a painting, but felt like a prisoner. As she walked down the vast hall, courtiers clapped and smiled, unaware of the hurricane inside her. Ferdinand stood waiting, regal, proud, older, much older. The ceremony began. Anna repeated the vows, her voice barely more than a whisper. Each promise felt like another chain being locked around her heart. When the ceremony ended, she was officially a queen. But she had never felt so powerless. After the wedding, Anna was taken to her husband's kingdom. The palace was enormous. Glittering halls, towering columns, but empty of warmth. In that cold castle, Anna found herself utterly alone. Ferdinand was a ruler first and a husband last. He attended councils, wars, and meetings, while Anna tried to understand her new role. Days passed like long shadows. Anna often stood by the window, watching the distant hills, wondering if she would ever feel free again. Are queens just symbols? She wondered. Do we not have a life of our own? Slowly, sorrow began turning her into a quiet, fading figure. But Anna was stronger than she knew. Instead of letting sadness destroy her, she began to learn. She studied languages, politics, and diplomacy. She listened carefully in court meetings. Her intelligence surprised many. She also found comfort in helping others. She started small, visiting sick villagers, sponsoring children's education, giving food and clothes to the poor, supporting widows and women in distress. People began calling her the gentle queen. Anna realized something powerful. She could not change her fate, but she could change the fate of others. Her kindness became her rebellion. Years passed. When Ferdinand fell ill, Anna was asked to attend the royal council. For the first time, she was allowed to speak. Her voice was calm but wise. Her ideas were reasonable. Her compassion earned respect. Ministers looked at her not as a leader. She had gained something even kings struggled for. True influence earned through character, not fear. Without raising a sword, without shouting, without defying the empire openly, she became a force in the kingdom. Anna transformed from a girl forced into marriage to a queen who shaped her own legacy. Anna's life was not long. Years of stress, isolation, and emotional burden had weakened her health. In her final days, she called Elizabeth to her bedside. I did not choose the life I lived, Anna whispered, but I chose how to live it. If even one person walked a brighter path because of me, then my soul is at peace. When she passed, the kingdom mourned not just a queen, but a gentle heart. Even today, people remember her not for her tragic marriage, but for the courage she showed in silence, the compassion she spread in darkness, and the resilience that made her more powerful than any crown. Anna's story teaches us, taking choices away from children destroys their childhood. Politics has broken many innocent lives throughout history, but strength, kindness, and dignity can shine even in the darkest circumstances. Anna was forced into a life she did not want, but she lived it with a grace few could ever match.